Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here, and this time reviewing on Whisper of the Heart. Now, as you know, Whisper of the Heart is a coming-of-age romantic drama film that was directed by Yoshi Fumi, who also directed this Ghibli film. And what was interesting is, tragically, she died in 1998, and Studio Ghibli hoped that Kondo would have become the successor to Mizuki, and as well as the team to pass on the torch, which never happened. And keep in mind, Whisper of the Heart is meant to be based on a manga known as Miami's O Samababa that was also created by Oyoi Haigaki and was eventually made into a 1995 film. Now, the premise of the movie is about Chihiro, who in the English dub is voiced by Brittany Snow, also known for playing in Final Fantasy games. And her character is meant to be a bit of a bookworm, meant to be kind of like have a love for books, and as well as working on a song called Country Road, which is actually an actual song, and at the same time finds from her book notes about a kind of person who's into them, and at the same time wants to find out more about this person. And also at the same time, you've also got Chihiro's friend, Yuko, who is basically just there to kind of be the friend character. And you've also got Chihiro's other friend, Sugamura, who's just thrown in there to kind of be another love interest to Yuko, and yeah, kind of gets into this big moment. And Chihiro's other friends who are just backup friends, and all that. So when Chihiro pretty much finds this old antique shop, she pretty much finds this kind of cat baron-like statue, and other things that connect it all for her to become a writer. And also for her to learn more about this person who's been taking out the same books, and at the same time you have this kind of like high school student who's kind of like the Mamoru from Sailor Moon to her Sailor Moon, and we do kind of see more truth about him. So at the same time, we do see Chihiro basically learning to become a better writer, as well as learning about the Cat Baron statue and how it all came to be. So the film itself feels like definitely a good, like, romantic kind of coming of age story. We see Chihiro learning to become a better writer, as well as learning to become something more. And we see her basically at the same time letting it affect her schoolwork, which she tries to eventually recover. And what's interesting is that when you've got her family members, each of them kind of play a crucial part. With Chihiro's mother trying to be the mother there, and also got her own responsibilities. You've got Chihiro's father, who's the librarian, and her older sister, who's just there to be the kind of responsible one, but at the same time could have been a bit more supportive. And what's actually interesting is Courtney from Smith actually admitted she based a lot of her older sister on Chihiro's older sister. So it kind of gives you that lot of inspiration. So I think what the movie does suffer from a little bit is the ending, because we don't see a proper ending. It just comes off like, that's it, it's all done, and then goes into credits. And I think what's interesting about the movie is that when we see Chihiro's writing, it's like us as a writer coming up with our own ideas, and how the writing can work with the story. And at the same time, what's interesting, there was a spin-off movie called The Cat Returned that was released in 2002 that was meant to focus on the minor character Baron. And also it was also announced by Sony Pictures Entertainment there will be a live-action sequel, which I think Ghibli should have covered. And I do think the picture on the cover does feel misleading, and yeah, it does kind of feel like this was going to be a fantasy story, which I think was for the best, as I think it was one of those rare moments Ghibli took a break from doing a fantasy adventure, but kind of focused on a more realistic story. The same with Grave of the Fireflies. And what's interesting, some of the cast members I actually know. For example, Jen Smirt, who actually plays Chihiro's mother, is also named for playing Kim Possible's mother in Kim Possible. And what's actually interesting, Ashley Tisdale plays Chihiro's friend Yuko, and at the same time, the Cat Baron, also known for playing in the film The Princess Bride, as the main character. And I feel what the story does, it's meant to show us learning to become a better writer, using our inspirations and those around us. So I think the movie deserves a thumbs up. Still good and still alright. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.